Hi guys, welcome back for another video from TDL DIY. So right beside me here we have my son's ATV we just purchased this year. It's a Chinese ATV. We tried to find the best deal slash most power and stuff that he can grow into it a little bit and be good for several years versus just use it 1 year and then we're done with it. So it's a 125. This one is by, I think, Geo, and it's a Blazer 125 HS. So it kind of looks, it's not like a racing style, it's kind of more of a 4x4 style quad. It's a two-wheel drive, and we've probably run about, pretty close to 10 hours, so this is part of the maintenance schedule. It's the first check. And what we're going to be doing is oil change. We're going to go around, grease some of the fittings. We're going to check spark plug. I did get some new ones. I'm not even close to worried that we're going to have to change it, but just just check the spark plug, make sure the gap's right. We're also going to be checking the air filter, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, lube the chain up. So without further ado, let's start on that. So drain the oil, lube the chain, check air filter, check spark plugs, and grease fittings. That's all we're going to be doing in this maintenance video. I was going to hopefully my son was going to be here, but his mom called him in for shower time, so what are we going to do? Guess we get it done for him. It would have been really nice to have him out here, and I could have waited till tomorrow or a different time to get him out here and do it, but let's get this done and carry on. Okay guys, some of the stuff you're going to need. We have 17 mil for this drain plug, a ratchet. We have a way to fill oil into it. Now I didn't have a proper tool to get in there, so I kind of had some hose kicking around and I warmed it up with a heat gun, squeezed it on there, and this is what I made. So somewhere to catch the oil, the new oil. So this is a synthetic, semi-synthetic. I'm using 10W40 as per the manual right here that came with it. It's asking for a 15W40. 15W40 was just a little bit harder to find. 10W40 is a lot more common, and it's not going to affect anything with the engine. So basically the 40, if you don't already know, is for at temperature, how thick the oil is going to be, and the first part with the W is basically how it is in cold starts. So it being a 10 just means it can start in a bit cooler weather than the 15. That's about it. Short and skinny of it. So here's the spark plugs. These are the ones that we have. Came in a 2-pack in GK as per the manual. NGK CR 6HSA at 12 Newton meters, and that's exactly what we got. Picked up some chain lube. We're going to try this one out. If not, I might have a different one. Maybe it's a Polaris or something like that. We'll give that a try. And again, just a grease gun. So it's just telling us to grease. Any automotive grease is fine. We can check chain tension. Basically, just can't travel more than a 1/2 inch, 12 mils. And okay, so here's a pretty important part before we carry on. There's a grease fitting right on the rear axle or the swing arm. There's 4 on each side where the upper and lower control arms meet, and then there's one right where the steering shaft is. So I'm lucky I actually have the manual for this ATV. It is not a Raptor, but I'm sure they've used a lot of the same probably maintenance guides along the way. So yeah, it's real handy to have. Let's move on. So I don't really have to show you most of that stuff. All the grease fittings, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is one up in there on the shaft, but it's a bit hard to get at. You can kind of see it. If I can get my finger like right there. You can kind of see it. Oil drain, or oil fill. And oil drain right there, that big nut. And another grease fitting, obviously the chain. If you can, just take a plastic brush and just kind of scrape all the dirt and stuff off the chain and lube it up as you spin it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. I'm gonna stop talking here and carry on. So we're supposed, as the manual says, 800 milliliters, or 0.8 of a US quart. Yeah, right here is 650, so we're just shy of that. So we're going to put 800 mils or until we're good on the dipstick. Now, I know in an ideal situation it's probably 800, but if we're good on, if we're full up on the dipstick, which I always like to do, then we'll call it good. And we'll see how much we actually put in. Okay, 800 mils. Okay, so if you guys can see, but we're just shy of the full mark. So I'm going to put another probably 50 mil in just to make sure we're right up to the top. I always like to have a full set so that we're good to go. I don't have to worry about it. And we're right at the full mark. Perfect. It's hard for you guys to see. Just have to take my word for it, and I'll tell you how much we put in. So we put in about 850 mil. Okay, so 2 pumps for that one. Yeah, my thing gets stuck on there. I need one of those better fittings. Okay, 3 on that one. So we're just going to clean up some of this squeeze out and the leftover from the grease fitting. Just tidy that up. The reason why I want to clean that up is tracks a lot of dust and dirt and stuff. If we can prevent that, then it's always better. Hey guys, this is the rear swing arm. This one also had hydraulic front and rear disc brakes. The nice thing about that is it's a lot easier for little kids to pull. It's probably going to cost you a bit more to get that feature, but it's really nice to have because the kids, it's easy to pull the brakes. My son had not that he couldn't stop with the other ones, It's a cable brake system, but it's 10 times easier, the hydraulic one, so keep that in mind if you're looking into purchasing. And yeah, we're dumping a bunch into this. I did grease it up before, but maybe I didn't put enough in. And I greased it after I got it brand new, before we went on our first ride, so that tells you something. There we go, a little bit of squeeze out, perfect. All right, we'll do the rear. Take the seat off. Should get us access to our air filter. Okay, the air filter is just right there. Should be a couple clips. We'll pop it off, take a look, see if it's dirty. Not sure how this clip mechanism goes on, but oh, just like that. Metal mesh. Okay, there's another metal mesh inside. Looks pretty good. Looks really clean actually. Right here where it's dark, I guess it's a little bit of oil. A lot of times people put oil in it to kind of catch the dirt from getting sucked in. But all they say, if it gets really dirty though, this one I'm going to put back in because low kilometers, low miles, hours, and it looks really good. See, that's the back side, which is the engine side, and it's not dirty. So the one way to clean this, guys, if you do need to clean it, is just soap and water, and just take it, wring it out, let it dry. And so we're going to reinstall this, guys, because mine looks good. Put the mesh back in. Alright guys, so spark plug next here. We got you shot in through the front wheel well, and you can kind of see where the spark plug is, where my hand's going. I think it's probably the best shot. 5/8 wrench I got, or a socket. Alright, focus. So that spark plug, it's pretty dark, pretty black, the amount of kilometers on it, so I'm guessing it's running a little rich. But I'd rather rich than too lean, so we're gonna roll with that. We're gonna clean this up with a wire brush. That's it. Turn around. Okay. Right there, spark plug gap. That's what it's looking for. We're going to take a look and see how it fares out. So it needs a 0.024 to 2.8. So should be right in the middle there somewhere. Should be good to go. And I'm not too worried about most of this stuff, guys, but I'm just double checking because it is brand new. But it's better to double check than it is to just assume. There we go, just snug it up. I know there is a amount of foot-pounds that is required, or inch-pounds, but if you just snug it up, don't be too hard on it, it's good to go. Alright guys, now the chain. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of this. I'm not going to show you, bore you with the whole thing, but I'll basically give you a rundown. There is a special tool to actually clean chains, so you can probably lift up the rear end, hold this little device on it, and it's got bristles kind of on both sides and on top, and you hold this thing on and you just let the wheels spin, and it kind of cleans up that chain for you. But since I'm cheap and I don't have that tool with me, we're going to just take one of these. It's a plastic bristle brush, and we're just going to do the old-fashioned way and just kind of get all over there in the grooves on the inside, outside. Make sure there's no dirt and debris. I know there's better ways, so please don't kill me in the comment sections. But if you do have the tool, I do recommend it to get the tool. Probably pick it on Amazon. Pick it up on Amazon for, I don't know, probably 20 bucks or less. So, and that's Canadian, so probably even less in the States. And then yeah, we're just it's gonna help, and then just re-lube it up so it doesn't rust. So I'm just gonna keep a cloth underneath. Just do that, let it sit in, wipe off a little bit of the extra, not too much, and then we just rotate the chain and keep repeating, and eventually that lube's going to get up on the sprockets, the front and rear, and it'll just help keep everything good, lubricated. It's not going to rust out on us. Now every chain lube is not created equal. So you're going to get stuff that's really runny. You can go look on YouTube. There's a really good guy named Project Farms. He actually did a good chain lube review. He's done a lot of really good reviews on a lot of things, but I'd highly recommend go check him out. He actually showed WD-40s, oil, chain lubes, all different types of lubrication, because he was curious. And you know, his results, go to his page, check it out. But yeah, so you don't want something too, basically the end result is you don't want something too runny and you don't want something too thick. But something kind of in between. But again, he's got the results on his page. Go check out his stuff. It's really good. So. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the maintenance and you know, the first kind of checks. Now they do go into a little bit more reviews to check your chain slack. It should only be about 12 mils. I think 6 to 12 mils, which is about 1/2 inch to probably about 1/4 inch. We do have a chain tensioner on this. I did check it. If you really want, leave a comment down below and I can go over and show you how to measure that. But it's pretty simple. I just put my measuring tape beside where it sits. I lift the chain up and then keep my hand like as stable as possible. Lift my chain up. It went to about just shy of 1/2 inch. It was about 3/8, and then it went back down to the exact same spot I had it before. So pretty simple, pretty easy. We pretty much went through everything else. We did oil change. We did greased it up. We checked the air filter. We checked the spark plug, and we lubed up the chain. So those are the most important things on this to kind of go over. Spark, air, fuel. Obviously fuel, we're good. There is a fuel filter, and they do tell you to replace that, I think, after like 20 hours or 25 hours. So we're not there yet. I'm not worried about that. It's just a cute little thing. You can just pop it in and out. Easy peasy. What's some other big things? So just make sure your battery's voltage is good to go. Mine's a little bit low. I'm going to put it on the battery charger, just a tender to keep it topped up. And then we did have one broken piece on this, which I can show you in a second. Do you have any other recommendations, other things to check on basically your first round maintenance, you know, your first checkup of the ATV? Obviously you want to go around and just double check to make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight. We didn't go over that, but I'm just saying it now because I've seen other Chinese ATVs, and after, you know, your first couple rides, you start losing nuts and bolts. Luckily, a lot of these are the nylon nuts. Really nice. They're called locking nuts or something like that, but it's a nylon thing. So I really don't have to worry about most of my nuts coming loose. But if you don't have that on yours, please, go around and just tighten things up if they're coming loose. And if you have an owner's manual, it might give you a torque spec, it might not. Again, it's not super detailed, but if anybody has this ATV, which is the Geo Blazer 125 HS, and you guys need any of the owner manual stuff because you don't have it, you lost it, whatever the case may be, you bought it secondhand, it didn't come with it, shoot me up on the comments down below. I will leave, I'll shoot you an email, leave an email or something, or we'll figure out how to contact each other, and I can send you screenshots or pictures of the manual. I can scan them in, I can take a picture with my phone, whatever's easiest for you guys. I'm willing to do that for you. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, brake fluid and stuff like that, you want to check, but I can see in my sights they're all good to go. And I can show you real quick where the damage is. So I didn't notice it before, and I don't know why I didn't notice it, but it's cracked just right there. You can see it's kind of moving around when I pull the brake. I double checked the other side, and as you can see, the other side looks really good. This side is cracked, it is split. You can see it right there. So I'm gonna call up the guys that sold me this. I'm sure they have some spare parts that they can sell me, or if I'm really lucky, so I'm gonna call up the guys that I bought this from. They're really good. They're really good business. It's a small family-run business. It's TTC. Yeah, I think it's TTC Motorsports in Edmonton, Alberta. And if you're in the local area, go check them out for any rides. They're gonna be 100% honest with you. I was looking at one, and they said stay away from it. It's junk. We've had too many. The chain was actually eating through the rear swing arm, and they say they're not even bringing it in, but if you really want it, we can bring it in for you, but we'd like to advise our customers not to buy it. So they're really good family-run business, not there to make money. I mean, obviously they're there to make money, but they're not there to rip people off. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to tell you what their opinions are, and I value them quite a bit. I've gone to them for parts before, not on this, on other Chinese ATV builds, which you may not have seen on my channel. But yeah, they're really good. I've gone back to them again. I've recommended them to other people, and other people had really good experiences with them as well. So if you're in the Edmonton area, please go check them out. I'll leave a link probably somewhere on the screen, or definitely down in the description below. So thanks so much guys for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and don't forget, never stop learning.